Hello, and welcome to another challenge from Advent of Cyber from Try Hack Me. We're on day 17, Elf Leaks, and we're in a new section, Cloud. Okay, what is the challenge for today? In a move to taunt the best festival company, Grinch Enterprises sends out an email to the entire company with everyone's name and date of birth. Ooh, I see the Grinch is being spicy today. McSkitty looks quite stressed with the breach and thinks about the potential legal consequences. Yeah, because that's pretty big. She talks to Mac Infra to determine the origin of the breach. So, Shadow IT. Sometimes business units go around corporate, procurement, legal, and security when they need to get the job done quickly. This leads to security teams not knowing how to protect systems and not build IT or security standards. So, public cloud is an easy way for business units to engage in shadow IT, and the most accessible public cloud to get started with is AWS. So, what is the difference between these two images? So, it's saying right click and look at the image address. So, let's I'm gonna say save. Oh, is this not gonna work? Tree.png. Okay. One of these is an external link from an Amazon S3 bucket. Okay. So, wait. So, let me start the attack box because we're going to need it. Okay. Okay. We're going to need the attack box because we're going to use AWS command line for this challenge. Because the target has a AWS account, and so if you have the free plan, the attack box does not have internet access, and you will need to install curl and AWS command line on your own machine to complete this challenge. And then here's some instructions on how to do so. I have a subscription, so I do not have to do that. So, and so today's objective, we're going to cover the basics of AWS, which is a leading public cloud provider, and we're going to cover two of their common services, Amazon S3 or Simple Storage Service, and IAM or Identity and Access Management. And we're going to use the CLI or Command Line Interface, and we're going to discover public S3 buckets and look inside of them. And we're going to also look at access keys and secrets. Now, remember, when we were looking at the insecure DevOps challenge and mentioned how you should keep your API keys and secrets, hidden and secure. This challenge is going to delve deeper into possibly how if you leave them laying around publicly, how you can exploit them. So I'm excited. So Amazon is a public cloud service provider, and these are all of the services that AWS provides. And we're not going to talk about all of this. We're only going to talk about the S3 and the IAM. So as you can see, AWS has a lot. And we're not going to do all of that. So AWS divides its infrastructure into regions, independent clusters of data centers. Each regions have availability zones, and that is in a region that leverages separate power grids and usually are located in different floodplains. So this creates redundancy and high resilient architecture to withstand significant weather or geological events. So essentially what that means is you don't want to have a single point of failure. And so for instance, if one um actually we saw that this week where AWS East was down, and you saw a whole bunch of services was down, and then AWS West was down. So you have the different regions to where if one of the regions is down, then traffic can be routed to another region, and the services will still be up. So it looks like it says failed to connect to server. That's kind of weird. Let me try again because I am connected to the VPN. Let's try this again. And okay, because regions are independent, you'll get different answers to questions depending on the region you are querying. You can specify a region with the region option to the command line. And you can access AWS via the console, the command line, the API, application program interface, or the SDK for your favorite programming language. S3. So Simple Storage Service is their hosted object storage service. Objects are stored in buckets. To highly simplify the concept of object storage, buckets are key value stores, with the object key being a full path name for a file and the value being the contents of the file. S3 is a publicly hosted service. It doesn't exist behind a corporate firewall, making it convenient for hosting public content. AWS has an entire feature set around hosting a public website in S3. AWS buckets use a global namespace. Only one AWS customer can create a bucket name. And we have a bucket name for this challenge: Best Festival Company Images. Amazon S3 is used for more than public hosting. It has many uses for data archive, video processing, regulatory record retention, etc. The challenge for Best Festival Company, like any enterprise using S3, is that sometimes data gets mixed up and data that shouldn't be public gets made public. So that's where the security misconfiguration comes in. So it's misconfigured data that should be private is now public. Now, great. So we connected. Discovering bucket names. There are many ways to discover the names of buckets. One of the easiest ways is when a company embeds content hosted in S3 on their website. Images, PDFs, etc. can all be hosted cheaply in S3 and linked from another site. These links will look like HTTP bucket name S3 or S3 bucket name, etc. Amazon S3 is one of AWS oldest services. It's so old that it has two different methods of access control: bucket policies and S3 ACLs, or access control lists. This leads to great confusion for developers who must manage policies, access control lists, and the differences between any user and authenticator user. Many buckets that contain public information allows you to list the contents of the bucket. In your attack box, try the command, and let's open. Let's see if we can copy. No, we can't. So I'm going to say curl HTTP RLS form 990 S3 AmazonAWS.com. The massive pile of XML is a listing of all the IRS Form 990 filings for U.S. tax exempt corporation. AWS makes this data available as a public data set. So this information is public. If mentally parsing XML that contains no line breaks isn't your cup of tea, the AWS command line also provides the ability to list the contents of a bucket. So if we say AWS S3, so if we say AWS S3, LS S3, because now we're saying, okay, we want to access the S3 bucket, IRS form 990. No sign request. The option no sign request allows you to request data from S3 without being an AWS customer. So that's very bad. So that's is saying, we don't need to be an AWS customer. And if you can imagine, if we have data that should be private and is public, then we can essentially download the data. Downloading an object from S3 is easy. You can curl or you can use the AWS command line. And as you can see, it's still downloading. So I'm going to Control C because we don't need to download. Different levels of S3 authentication. In S3, object permissions are different from bucket permissions. Bucket permissions allow you to list the objects in a bucket, while the object's permissions will enable you to download the object. In the case of the IRS Form 990 bucket, both the bucket and all the objects in the bucket are publicly readable, but that doesn't have to be the case. Objects can be readable while the bucket is not. So the bucket and the object can have two different permissions. Or the bucket can be readable, but the objects are not. You can also have public write permissions to a bucket. This is generally a bad idea and has been the vector of several crypto mining incidents. There are two levels of public buckets and objects. The first level is anyone. That is what you experience with the IRS Form 990 bucket. You can just hit that URL from your local browser. The second level is just as public, and that is public to any AWS customer, what AWS foolishly called authenticated users for many years. Anyone with a credit card can create an AWS account, therefore authenticated users doesn't provide much data protection. And it shows anyone is like anyone that can hit the browsers, and authenticated users is anyone that has an AWS account. And IAM, excluding a few older services like S3, all requests to AWS services must be signed. This is typically done like scenes behind the scenes by the AWS command line or the various software development kits that AWS provides. The signing process leverages IAM access keys. These access keys are one of the primary ways an AWS account is compromised. So IAM access keys consist of an access key ID and a secret access key. So access key IDs always begin with the letters IKIA and are 20 characters long. These act as a username for the AWS API. The secret access key is 40 characters long. AWS generates both strings. However, AWS doesn't make the secret access key available to download after the initial generation. There is another type of credentials, short-term credentials, where the access key ID begins with the letters ASIA and includes an additional string called the session token. And when you create When you find credentials to AWS, you can add them to your profile in the command line, and then it shows how you can do that in the command line. And then once you have configured a new profile with the access keys, you can execute any command, and then it shows how you can list all the S3 buckets in your account. And then it shows a few other commands that you can do. Finding the account ID belonging to an access key, determining the username, and things of that nature. So, challenge. Somehow the Grinch has managed to get hold of all the elves' names and email addresses. How could this have happened? Given the scope of the breach, Mesquite believes someone in HR must be involved. You know that HR recently launched a new portal using WordPress. You also know that HR didn't request any infrastructure from IT to deploy this portal site. Where is this portal hosted? Here is the image HR sent out announcing the new site. Based on that, can you figure out how the Grinch got access to the employee data? So let's view. Okay. If I had to guess, because I'm viewing. Okay. I want to prove my hypothesis. So I'm going to. Okay, so we see the Try Hack Me is, so that is from Try Hack Me, because I want to say, and I'm pretty sure I know where this came from. Yep. So here, view image info. This came from the Best Festival Company images. So if we go here, it came from this bucket, this Best Festival Company images bucket. So I'm going to see if I can list everything here. Best Festival Company images. I'm going to do it as a no sign. Okay, there is no bucket. Let me see. What? Okay. Let me see if it's. Best festival company. Okay. Hmm. Oh, what is so I'm going to say images.bestfestivalcompany.com. Okay, that was correct. Okay. So, what is the message left in the flag.txt object from that bucket? So, I was trying to answer images. So, let me see something. Okay, no. So, .s3 dot Amazon AWS.com. Okay. So I'm doing this the old I'm doing this inside of a browser. Okay. So I'm using a browser. So I'm using a browser. I'm not using the command line because I notice here you can also use a browser. You can use the command line. You can also use a browser. So what I did was I noticed. So what I noticed was we can also use a HTTP. We can do the bucket name S3 Amazon AWS, and then once I did that, it listed everything in the bucket because the bucket is publicly accessible. And then here we see the flag.txt. Next, I went to the flag.txt, and this is what we were looking for. It's easy to get your elves data when you leave it so easy to find. And now, another way to do that is I could have said, so I was doing it wrong. AWS S3 and S3 LS S3 images best festival company No sign request. Okay, it does not like it. Okay, I forgot the .com. Okay, that's why it didn't work. I needed the .com. Oh, because I was like, I know it has to work. I needed the .com. There we go. Bestfestivals.com. Okay, so now we see it. And now if I say AWS S3 cat, because now I want to open it, S3 images dot best festival company.com flag.txt note sign request. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh oh, this. Okay, so we have that there, and then we can see that. And then if we say okay, yeah, we have the list, website, copy, move, remove, sync, MB, and RB, and pre-sign. So we can't do it from the command line. But if we curl, oh, it needs to be on dot s3 dot amazon aws.com. There. So I'm just trying to show different ways for you to do it. Now it says, what other file in that bucket looks interesting to us? WordPress backup.zip. So that's WordPress backup.zip. That also looks, because that's the backup of the website. What is the AWS access key in that file? Okay. So what we're going to do is so what I'm going to I'm going to say AWS S3 copy, because I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to say S3 images.bestfestivalscompany.com WordPress backup.zip. I want to say no sign request. Okay, I can't see. Okay, I want to exit full screen because I need to. Now it's saying oh, here. Okay, I forgot to list the path I wanted to download here. So now I have it here, and I'm going to say unzip. And now if I go to and if I say CD, okay, I am in the WP backup, and I need to, what am I looking for? What is the AWS access key in that file? So, okay. When you find credentials to AWS, you can add them to your profile. AWS config. Okay, hold on, let me. Go back here. Okay, don't see much here. So index, license, readme. Okay, let me go back. Okay. Okay, let me click here. You can configure it in your profile. Okay. AWS, credentials, AWS. Okay, so if I go, Okay, so I'm looking at everything. And I'm back at the AWS bucket. Flag, fire, tree, back up. Okay, so let me go back. No, I think it's gonna be here. No, it's not gonna be there. It's just the license to use it. Hmm. This is the README. This is the HTML. It's not gonna be here either. It's the WordPress. Okay, that includes. Let's see what's in here. Okay, I'm gonna use a hint because I think there's a hint for this. What is it? Okay, remember the string you're looking for begins with AKIA. Okay. So now that made a lot of sense. Yes. Because that was listed here. AKIA. So I am find AKIA. Okay. Okay. So if I say grep KIA. Uh-oh. I need to. Okay. 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 So it was the WP config. Oh, what is the key? Oh, yikes. Not the file. What is the actual? Yikes. Okay. What is the AWS account ID that access key works for? Okay, so let me go to the WP config. Like, okay. So, what was the question? What is the AWS account ID that access key works for? Think. Uh-oh. Nope. Okay. What is the AWS account? Okay, so I have the access account ID. Okay, so once you have configured, okay, so now we can do some reconnaissance. So we can say, oh, I want this to go back into split view. Okay. And close that. Okay, great. Now we can get this to go back into split view. And we can say AWS STS get access key info access key ID, and then we have that. Copy and paste. Okay. A few other common AWS STS get access key info, access key ID, and then I type that in. Okay, I think I'm doing this right. I'm not sure. Okay. Okay. What is the username for that access key? So then it is AWS STS get caller identity profile, and then the profile name is this, what we just created. Oh, that is the account ID. Okay, so profile. Yes, configure profile. It's asking for okay. You find credentials. Okay, so I did that. Okay, so it's just a profile. So I'll just name it McSkitty. Okay, so then access key. Paste. And then AWS so AWS S3 LS profile McSkitty. Hmm? AWS SCS get caller Entity profile McSkitty. Oh, I didn't spell identity. Okay. I don't know what happened. What is the user? Okay, so this is the user. There is an EC2 instance in this account under the tags. What is the name of this instance? What is the database password stored in Secrets Manager? Okay, so if I say AWS, EC2, describe instances, output, text, profile, McSkitty. There's an EC2 instance. Okay, HR. This is so confusing. Okay. So I see a tag. This is what is the name? Okay, I'm gonna say it's this Elf Mech HR. No. HR portal? Okay. What is the database stored under secrets management? Okay. AWS database. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna move this over here. Okay, that's not what I want. Okay, create and retrieve a secret. Okay, what is the hint? Okay, remember to specify a region. Okay. AWS secrets manage. What was it? Manager help. Okay. So get secret value. Let's see. Okay. Get secret value. Secret ID. Let's see. Oh. Oh, we just did that. Okay. Okay. So get secret value. I don't have the secret ID. What is it saying? Okay, list secret. How does this work? Okay. Secret manager, list secrets. What is it? Oh, secrets. Okay. So Here are the secrets. False secret. Okay. Okay. Then okay. Let's see. AWS secrets manager. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Get secret value. Move this over. Secret ID. I want to say false secret. Put this in quotes. Okay. Okay, the name. HR password? Okay, it's not here. It's not in this region. Look closer to where he lives. What region am I in? Do I need to specify? What? Okay, hold on. So let me try AWS EC2 describe instances. Output text region US East 1 profile McSkitty. Oh, the K is not capitalized. McSkitty. Okay. So let me try a different XX North XX. Yeah, that does it. Okay, the hint is throwing me. Remember to specify a region that looks like XX North 1. Then you need to get the secret value. You first need to list all the secrets, then you can get the secret value. Remember to specify a region that looks similar to that. Hmm. He lives in the North Pole. I know Santa lives in the North Pole. And Amazon is a way of generating unique. Okay, so I need to AWS change on. Huh. because I see here that this is their way of generating a unique identifier. Now, the database stored in secrets manager. It says you first need to list all the secrets which have been done. Remember to specify a region that looks similar to this. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, I am picking this up on another day because I had to give give it a little break, and I'm going to solve the final challenge, the final question, excuse me, for day 17. So let me open the terminal, and what I'm going to have to do now is okay. I'm getting everything. I am getting myself back to where I was. Okay. Um, so if we say AWS STS get key info, key ID, copy, paste. Okay, AWS STS get caller identity profile Christmas. AWS EC2. This is output text profile Christmas. Okay. I don't think it's going to return anything. Right. This is okay. So okay, so we're listing the secrets. Okay, so if we say get secret, Is this the secret? Did I have it all along and I just didn't see it? No. Okay. What is the question? HR password. Version. Sage AWS current. Oh. Mm. Okay. Region US North 1. Hmm. Okay. The secret you're looking for is not in this region. So if we go up, oh, I didn't want that to be open. So let's see. West. Nothing is there. Okay, I think I messed up when I set up my profile. So can I? Okay, let's see. Let me do AWS configure profile McSkitty. And I'm gonna see if I can use the same access key. It might not like it. Oh crap. Okay. Okay, so cat wp config. Okay, I think I know what I did wrong. I set it to US East when I should have set the region to North because our hint is specify a region similar to North, and we need to make it similar. It says here is not in this region. Santa wants to have low latency to his database. Look closer to where he lives. So where does Santa live? Santa lives where? In the North Pole. So it needs to be US North. So let me try to reconfigure this profile. Okay, I'm going to say McSkitty. And let's see if I can do this again. If not, I'm going to have to kill this attack box and start over. Okay. Now, what I am going to say is okay, so AWS SDS get caller identity profile McSkitty. Okay. This might not be it. Maybe I'm not specifying this correctly. Because it's not US East 1, because I specify that. Is it EU North 1? Let me try Oh, wrong one. Let me see. Okay, I don't need that. Let me see. Okay, there's nothing there. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, it was the North, and I was thinking it was the U.S., and it wasn't. It was European. So here's the secret string, Winter 2021. So here it is. And we have solved it. Whew, that was a lot. But I have learned a lot. So this was a very long video. Cloud is not my thing. So you have watched me, and I hope you have learned a lot in this video. I have, and I can't wait to see you in the next video playing with containers. Have a good day. Bye.